hands, and a big lot of support for everyone that's already performed.
Now we want to give you some information about sudden death syndrome and the organization CRY. That's absolutely fine. Oh, okay. Shall we wait then? All right. Sudden death syndrome describes a sudden unexpected death which may occur during sleep, whilst awake, or just after exercise. Most sudden deaths are due to a heart condition and are known as sudden arrhythmia death or sudden cardiac death syndrome. Although this can happen to anyone, most of the victims are young males. Sometimes there are no warning signs, but in other cases people can experience dizziness or fainting spells.
Sudden unexplained death syndrome was first noted in 1977 among Hmong refugees in the US. Bit of a history lesson. The disease was again noted in Singapore when a retrospective survey of records showed that 230 otherwise healthy Thai men died suddenly of unexplained causes between 1982 and 1990. The phenomenon is well known among Hmong refugees who ascribe these deaths to a malign spirit, said to take the form of a jealous woman. Hmong men may even go to sleep dressed as women so as to avoid attentions of this spirit. Bam Bam would have been well up for that, I'm sure. It's only been recently that the scientific world has begun to understand this syndrome. The frequency of the condition isn't fully known, as many sudden deaths are put down to accidents, but research has indicated that about 500 deaths a year in the UK alone are because of sudden arrhythmic death syndrome. As more people become aware of these syndromes that may be responsible, more families and individuals are being diagnosed as being at risk. Therefore, awareness is key, and that is why we are so grateful to see so many of you here tonight. Cardiac Risk in the Young, or CRY, is a small humanitarian charitable organisation with less than 30 members of staff. However, their message and their support is being heard loud and clear. The charity was established in 1995 by Alison Cox, who is now an MBE. When interviewed in 2007, she said, "When I started CRY, I was told I was wasting my time, and that it was so rare it wasn't even worth doing anything about. There was only one death a week. We now know there are at least 8, and there could be as more as 16 deaths a week. There's a great deal more going on than people recognise." Alison and her team at CRY are on a worthwhile mission to emphasise the considerable amount that can be done if this condition is diagnosed.
The money raised by evenings and events like tonight support the fundamental medical research into sudden death syndrome. It provides funding so that the charity can counsel and support families who lose their loved ones far too soon. As we all know, SAD happens all too shockingly fast, and therefore it is important for us all to be aware of the symptoms of cardiac abnormalities. The charity's website contains a great deal of information on how to detect possible signs of concern and also how to go to an ECG heart screening funded by CRY. Their ultimate hope is to put in place a national testing program and ensure that all young people are tested before they leave compulsory education.
By being here tonight, you are supporting this charity. By telling your friends and family and sharing links on their website on Facebook and Twitter, you are supporting this charity and hopefully stopping so many young people from losing their lives. Right, enough talk. This is the last section of the first act, and it features beautiful performances from Gatsby and his band, Miss Pearl, Georgina Hagan,